What up? What up? What up? This episode three of Three Ways to Say It podcast. A podcast where we try to connect with the Black community, start a lot of discussions, and make sure you like and subscribe and join the conversation in the comments. We want to hear from you, and let's just keep the conversation going. I'm Casey.
I'm Todd Carter.
And I am Ashley.
All right. Today, we're talking about a very, very current event. We're going to let Ashley take it away, but this is something, before you listen, just know it's something heavy that's going on in the Black community. So it would be cool to see people kind of keep the conversation going. So if you have any input on it, after you hear our input, make sure you join it in the comments. So go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, so before I start off, I just want to see what y'all did today. I went to the gym and took a nice little nap. Oh, and I'm down 6 pounds and
Ooh,
2
go girl.
inches off of this big waist that I have. But thank you. So, and thank you too, Casey. Is it that funny? Because you making me think it's for real.
I'm sorry.
And Tasha drinking after that, it makes me feel like, so what y'all trying to say?
Okay.
Winding down from a long day of work.
Okay.
I laid in the bed.
But that's
today.
all I did today.
And I laid in the bed today because I worked so hard yesterday at work. So that's all I did.
Retirement party today. It was fun. Didn't do too much. Today.
Okay, so you ain't tired for real then?
Huh?
So you ain't tired for real because you had fun.
I did.
Right.
But
Okay. All right.
Okay. Whoops. Okay. So y'all know the incident that happened the beating that happened in Memphis with Tyre Nichols, who was 25. He was beaten by 5 Black cops, and I think it's still under investigation with like the fire department. But I think they're still doing some more investigation about that. But I think, well, first off, sending prayers to his family. He was buried yesterday in Memphis. I think Kamala was there too. I don't know if Joe Biden went or not, but yeah, Kamala spoke there as well.
Yeah, I saw her.
But sending prayers to his family. I'm not sure if he had any kids or a child. I think he did. I don't want to say, but I think he did. So prayers to his.
I think they did say he was a father or something like that. So I think so.
Oh wow. So yeah, definitely sending prayers to his child as well, because again, another child growing up without a father, a Black father. So I think what I really want to talk about today is like our experiences with the police department, and also for me, it's like the outrage. Where's the outrage that we had with the incident with George Floyd as well? Like, why isn't it not hitting as much like the George Floyd situation? So I think my experience is like with the police, I would say Black police officers kind of been a little intimidating. I know one incident happened where he told me that I was riding too close to him, and let me be clear, it was a state trooper. So I don't know if it's a difference or what, but it was a state trooper, and I was just looking like I wasn't having that close. And my best friend is a police officer, and I asked her about it, and she was like, yeah, you can get stopped for driving too close and stuff like that, which I kind of already knew. But then she also said that he could have just been trying to see what you look like, because I said I was not that close. And I actually told him, I was like, I wasn't that close, and he was like, you were that close. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let him have it or whatever. And I didn't get a ticket or anything. But I did ask my best friend, who is a police officer, about it, and she was like that they can stop you for trailing too close, which I didn't know about that. But she also said that he may have just been trying to see what you look like. like in that type of way. So I'm just like, okay. But I was on the phone with my sister that day, and she said that I told her to stay on the phone, so she could hear everything. And she said that he changed his story. She said that he said that you was trailing too close. He kept talking about that. And then she said that he was like, okay, well, you're driving too fast. And I was just like, I know for a fact, if I'm behind the state trooper, I'm watching to see how fast I go. And I was going 70 the whole time. So, and then he was like, he actually told me what his name was. I'm not going to say what his name was. And he was like, that's my name. And next time I see you driving like that, I'm going to give you a ticket. And I'm just like, okay. Okay. Then he said, all right. And then right after he left, he said, all right, slow down. And I remember that part. So I'm like, okay, am I going too fast or was our trailer too close? Which one was it now? So that's the only, I would say, kind of like intimidating experience that I had with a Black officer. Other officers that I've been stopped by were white, and they were pretty polite. I can say that. And not saying that, all Black police officers are bad and white police officers are nice, because as we can see, either or. So, I mean, what y'all experiences? What were y'all experiences with some of the Black officers, if y'all have any?
I've never had a bad experience with any officer. I just haven't. Anytime I've gotten stopped, and I've had a couple of traffic tickets, it's always, go sit down, Spud. It's always just polite. Yeah, he wants to play. I didn't lock him out. So I've never had anything. I mean, I've had them to give me warnings for, like, say if my light was out, things like that, but just nothing out of the ordinary for me. Never.
Well, being an African American man, of course. Well, in my experience, I feel like both white officers and Black officers look at me like I did something wrong. I'm gonna be honest. I think the time that a white officer put me over and told me my brights were too light, he was nice about it, but in the time that he was telling me about it, I still felt like he was looking for something that was wrong. I feel like he felt like it was a little too good to kind of, just let me go without really doing something. And with the Black officer, of course, it was the exact same way. So I feel like, me being an African American male, I think they look at us as we're doing something wrong regardless. I think it's almost too good to be true for us to be like stopped and then nothing to come of it. I feel like they're stopping us with the purpose of either arresting or a ticket. So that's from what I see, in my perspective, based off of my encounters. I think they always have looked at me like I was doing something wrong regardless. I don't think they ever saw me as an innocent person going by. I don't think they'll stop me if they thought that. So yeah, that's my experience with it.
So, I had asked y'all at work before, like if you were out at some of the events that we like to hold, and if it was, would you prefer to have all white cops there or all Black cops there? And, for me, I said white cops only because I do feel like they are a little more stern, even though, don't get me wrong, it's still scary having like a Black event and seeing just all white cops there, because something could possibly go wrong. But at the same time, I do feel just a little more safe versus with the Black cops, because I don't know why it's always in the back of my head, like, okay, they might know somebody out here and let them pass.
Yeah.
Or give them the benefit of the doubt, like how we always do with our own people. Like, no, they just young and all that, and it makes me not feel as safe. Let me say that. So, I mean, what y'all think?
I say this, especially in my house, Black police officers being security in the schools, so they'll walk through, and if something happened and assistant principal or principal couldn't get to it, they'll be the first ones they call. So they walk around walkie-talkies and stuff like that. Not saying we were in jail, but just for extra security, because how we get.
Yeah.
how we get. So yeah, and the way children are today, you kind of need that anyway. It's too much stuff going on. But so those Black officers, what they would do is not to like slander them to say they didn't do their job, but say if it was a fight or something, or it was altercation going on, what they would do is if they knew, they didn't look at it like right and wrong. They did it off their own measure. So say if they knew the child or felt like, oh, that's that bad child, he doing something, they didn't react to it. Even though it could escalate to something worse, they would be like, oh, they just playing around, like that type of thing. But say if it was somebody they didn't know, then they would tackle some, that'll be okay, let me act like a police officer now. Let me tackle them to the ground, do this stuff like this.
Right.
So that's so when you say like which one I would have at a party, I guess I would have to agree. I'm not saying that all black officers are bad, but some of those black officers literally are very selective with the way they police. Like, like it's sometimes like they doing their job comes with them having to have a motive. Like they gotta not like the person, make them do it, or they gotta not know them, or or they want to be so loyal to their people. So like if they see like a group of boys doing something, and they know maybe they could know two of them, one of them or two of them or whatever, I think they'll probably take it easier on them than they would as somebody who they probably wouldn't know. They would probably act in that as we, seeing, they'll probably do things like be violent with them, and then they'll use their badge. But if they knew them, or they try to be, like I say, loyal to, I guess, your own people, then that badge is like questionable. Like they decide, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't react crazy, maybe I should take it easy on them, or they, like you say, they're like, they just playing. So yeah, from my experience, they kind of be questionable. I ain't saying they bad, but they have their picks and chooses, which I feel like as a police officer, you should not. It should just do your job. It's just the law. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I say about that.
Okay, so I just kind of want to start that off like that, and then kind of go into the Tyre thing. So my thing is this. I also read that, I had told you that he was stopped because of a traffic stop. But according to Wikipedia, he was stopped at a traffic stop. So I read it wrong. Was stopped at a traffic stop. So they said that as soon as they stopped him, they was like, get out of the car. He was like, I didn't do anything. And then they start beating him. And then he did run. And two other police, I guess, like caught him and started beating him. And y'all would have to watch the video or do the reading about it. They caught some of the things that some of the officers said, like pretty much like, I whooped his ass, all that, pretty much being happy about it. So my thing is this. How can we as a community feel safe with Black officers I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go back to what you said, because that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it was a rumor going around saying that, Tyre was messing around with one of the police officers' wives or something like that. But I did see something today from a celebrity. He reposted that wasn't true. A family confirmed like none of that was true. But I do feel like some of these officers are put in these positions because they were bullied growing up. And to me, I do think one of them may have known him, or it's something he did that they remembered, and not even like something bad wise. It could just be growing up in school, anything. And because he was the nice guy or something like that, they felt like that they could control that situation versus going, Memphis, we're gonna be for real. We know Memphis is a bad city. It's so many people out there doing bad things. You don't want to go to them because they're gonna handle you in a certain way. So you want to pick on the person that that's not gonna do anything, because that's how you were bullied in school.
That's it.
So I think too, with the whole defunding the police department as well, I think we need to stop that whole thing. To me, that's my opinion. The whole defunding, I think we trying to get on this trend with that, and I think we should fund the police officers to have more training, get them more training. Like clearly they need more training, and stop just hiring anybody and pay them more. I feel like when you get paid more, you'll do your job better.
Yeah, that's it.
The police officer should be paid higher than a president, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't saying president, but
they're putting their lives
they
on the
should
line.
be.
They're making sure that they, get back home and things like that at
Yeah.
the end. Their job is stressful. I know my daughter, her boyfriend is a police officer for Birmingham, and it's stressful. And also, too, a young male, you have to look out for so many things. And I just feel like they need to give them a lot of support, because each day that they go out, their job is not one of these repetitive jobs where you're just doing the same thing every day. It's always something different, because you're dealing with people. And so I just think that they need to put something in place to help them. You may go to a traffic stop. I know where one of my, I have another police friend that I grew up with. He did a traffic stop years ago, and it was a relative. He didn't know. And it was like, when he got on the scene, it was one of his relatives that was dead. So, I mean, they do need to get paid more, because it's such a stressful job. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a police officer myself. I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
And
couldn't
not
do
in
that.
this day and age. No.
Because when something
when I
go the other way.
right. When I was and when I was younger,
when you was younger. Oh, okay.
Oh dang. When I was a little boy.
Right.
I'm
okay. I just thought about it.
I'm a man now.
You are.
Yeah.
But when I was like I would say a younger male, I guess, like when you look at jobs or whatever, it's supposed to be where I'm gonna just say back in the day, like being a police officer, firefighter, those type of things are like those jobs for men. But it's so crazy that in the day we live in now, being like one of them is just axed out. You literally, some people as parents, you kind of have a boy, he want to be a police officer. You kind of have to tell him, like, you got to teach them exactly how the police officers are like treated and what they do these days now. Like, it's not even the same, it's not the same interest of it. Police officers are definitely not in the same condition that they used to be. It's just too much around it. I honestly could not be a police officer in today. Like, there's no way I would even, yeah.
I would, if I had a son, I would want my son or my daughter to be a police officer. So I just wouldn't. But
yeah,
you have a friend that has both a son and a daughter as police officers. I'm not sure where the daughter does it at, but and I just asked him, how did he feel about it? And he was just like, there's nothing. I mean, they're grown. It's nothing that you can say about their career choice. I mean, it's a good, honest career. And also, too, they're doing something that they feel passionate about, and, going out there, putting their, lives on the line for other people. So it's actually very humane, of them to pick something like that, because you have to understand that every day, you just don't know. So I always I say a little extra prayer and for people that I know that are police officers, because that's a difficult job to do. And I know I have a cousin that's been a firefighter for years. And, I just always think about it. You're running into burning buildings, running into situations. I mean, they do need to get paid more.
Yeah. And I hate it for the ones, like you say, those who are passionate about protecting the world and, actually go into being a police officer with good intention. And they're mixed in with those who, like you say, have been bullied and who had those very hurtful and
low
interior
self-esteem
parts of them. And they go out and make it look bad for everybody else. And it kind of ruins the experience for those who literally became police officers to protect people. So like you say, like they definitely, those who actually had the intention of those should be honored. It just sucks that they have to be blended in and, looked at differently because of the bad ones. But that's how it is.
And also, too, with defunding the police as well, that means that more officers may quit. And we just got to be for real. I know it was this whole thing out about, we can get some of the black men to watch our community. I want you to give me 5, 10 black men that you can name that you feel okay with some of these kids growing up now. I wouldn't even put my uncles and them in that type of danger.
No,
So
no,
start with
no.
that's the thing that I hate. It's like you gotta look at everything. It's like, okay, defunding the police sounds so good. It sounds good. But once you actually sit, write it down, calculate everything, and try to name 10 people 10 black men that you want to put on the line, and think about 10 black boys that don't give no care in the world about who you are, and shoot you down right then and there. Tell me, would you defund the police?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
So another thing too is I'm gonna go a little deeper. So stay with me, y'all.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Going back to the incident that happened with George Floyd, right? So I'm not saying I'm seeing an outrage about Nicholas. I'm sorry, Nicholas Tyre. I'm sorry, Tyre Nichols, but not that big of an outrage like it was with George Floyd. So of course we kind of already know why, because one of the incident with George Floyd, the officer was white, and with Tyre, the officers are 5 black men, which I think is worse. But where's the outrage?
Right.
And also too, I saw where Jamal Bryant got up in his church and was saying, the 5 officers need to be in jail, blah blah. But what that white one at? What that white one at? And stay with me, y'all. Don't we get into that gloom area. Stay with me. Yes, whoever is involved needs to be arrested. We know that. We know whoever needs to be I know they were saying something about the fire department. I think a black lady that was part of the fire department has been released. All that let go from the fire department or whatever. I'm not sure if that white officer that was saying that tased him has been fired or not, but I'm pretty sure that he has. But to me, I feel like when we get lost in that I feel like we're losing focus on that bigger issue. Yeah. 5 black men beat him. This is people we're supposed to be looking up to. The black people that we that when we defund the police to protect us. So let's just say if they were never police officers and we got them to protect the community. That could be your son, your cousin, your brother, or whoever. And to me, even like Dr. Stoner said, like, we got to stop letting our guard down because people look like us. But because clearly they think like people who don't look like us. A black man see me as a angry black woman. Yeah. And they'll probably kill me before he killed Becky. Yep. And she all up in his face, spitting and everything. So that's my thing. So how do you feel about that? Like that, why aren't we as outraged as with George Tyre as we were with George Floyd?
I think, I that's an issue in our community. We don't really hold each other accountable when it counts. I think or when it matters. Like I truly understand, like George Floyd, the outrage, it was definitely granted. Like, of course, that white house, he should have been, should have got that reaction. But it's not happening now because, of course, it was by black people, and that's I don't know, like that's what I mean.
Should we be held at a higher standard? Like we can. Okay, and I'm sorry to cut you off because I told you, like, whenever I go across these, like, I'm gonna use the example when I went to Costa Rica and we was talking to his name was Freddie. He was our driver, and he said that you could see on the news like how the officers treat like the black people over here. So in my head, like, soon as I saw the incident with Tyre, it was like, dang, people in Costa Rica can see this, and now it's like, oh, they can't even protect themselves, or like, us treating ourselves that way is just disgusting. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
For us to already be like a quote unquote broken community where we fight each other more than we need to, something like that it just it drops us down even more. Like
we already at the bottom.
Yeah, like it literally, like since we already, not saying it's like a race versus race thing, but we had to be a strong force. Like I always say, we're stronger together. But when we're doing it, killing each other, like we do, what does that really help? Like, and that's why I feel like they should be held accountable. Like, and it should be outrage. Will it be outrage? Of course, I actually don't even see no black people caring. I'm gonna be honest. It might never be that outrage that George Floyd got, because I don't see no black people caring. Like, it's literally like with George Floyd, like and not to really compare the situations. Well, I guess to compare them, but not to say one is worse than the other. But you saw immediately when people saw that video of him, what I'm killing him, it was immediate outrage. That's when it started. Like, we was like, that people were like, no, this is wrong. People went out protesting right then. It didn't take much. And you see the video of this man, and what I want to say his name. You said, is it Nichols?
Nichols, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say Nichols. When you see the video of Nichols being, killed, I mean, it was more of a sharing thing. Like, oh, this happened. I feel like people shared it. All this happened and went to the next thing. It was not outrage. It was like, oh, okay, this happened.
I'm sorry, because something in our community. So I feel like it was just like a drive-by shooting.
Yeah.
That's how we're treating it. We're treating it like, oh, it's just some more black people killing each other.
Yes.
Because it's happening so often. And now we're becoming immune to it. It's just like, oh, okay, it's just another shooting. It's another shooting.
When it's within the community, it's like, oh, okay, it's like it's okay for us to shoot each other down. But if it's a person of another race shooting us down, then it's something that they want to protest about. Also, too, I am a part of a Greek organization, and I did read somewhere where 3 of the guys were a part of a Greek organization. I don't know if that had anything to play with them, kind of sticking together, like in the event where it was multiple people beating the same person. I don't know if it was like there some type of, because, in those type of organizations, we're about brotherhood and sisterhood. So I don't know if it kicked in the moment for some of them is the reason why it was just so passionate, or if it was just plain, they just, I don't know, lost their, in the moment, just went too far. I'm not what it was.
Lost that sense of morale.
Yeah. Right. But again, it's still, like Ashley's saying, it just seems so crazy that it's not a big thing because it's us against us.
Yeah.
It's that happened. And then they start sharing it like crazy. I didn't watch it. Didn't nobody try to share it or anything like that, because honestly, I don't want to see that. But it was, like you say, more of the video just going around. So.
And it was nothing. You know what I mean? It's just like half of the time, like when it was George Floyd, which was right, it was a sensory on it. You at least knew what was coming. With this one, they sharing it like it's like some video that could just be, just sitting on the shade room or something. It's crazy. Like, but I mean, like you say, we know why. But I did want to add. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
I did want to add this. I think that's the problem with the black community. They don't realize that if we can't, example is if you can't keep everything good in the house, how can you really go out and say stuff about other, you know what I mean? Like other people's houses. So like if we can't fix the stuff that's going on now and look at and hold each other accountable, how can we sit up here and like go against other people or say what other people doing wrong when we doing it right here in our own space, like in our own community? We literally tearing each other down day by day, but then we say nothing. Soon as somebody else doing it, we literally, it's like we almost.
Yeah, even
like,
now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just saying we showing them that. We already tearing each other up. Of course they're gonna join in. Like, it's just no, but go ahead. Go ahead, what you're saying.
Even now, as you can see what we're doing now, we're trying to find a reason like why we think that they did that, but we never did it for George Floyd. Like, why do we think that white man did that? Why do we? It's just instantly because George Floyd was black. That's the reason. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's more to that. I do think that was the number one reason. He looked at him, as a black male and all that. But, I feel like right here, we trying to get on that benefit of the doubt in a sense where it's like, maybe it was this, maybe it was that, maybe. And it's like, no, I'm sick of all of it. No, you did it and you need to be in jail. and it don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Also too, going back to the whole traveling part there, I noticed like a lot of Black people too on my timeline love to say, oh, I'm moving out of America. I'm going to Mexico. I'm going here. Oh, baby, they play our news everywhere. I've been to Punta Cana. As soon as we go to Punta Cana, all the news, you got Black women, Black men stealing out of jail. They view you the same way.
Yep.
Right.
Stop thinking because somebody a minority. Oh, we're all on the same page. They're on the same level with us. No, they not. It just be making me so mad. Like, are y'all dumb? Like, come on. And then also too, another thing that I noticed, what ain't nobody else heard anything about that mass shooting that happened in California with the Asian man, have you?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know? Because that community is so sacred. They're going to shut that down real quick.
That's
And
it.
you know,
Yep.
another thing, too, if you go look at it, his wife went on the news. Do you think she was up there taking up for the man? Saying, oh, he's a good man. He did this for me, and all his friends love him, and he was good. No, she shut that down real quick. Something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take accountability. You go ahead and tell the truth. They're gonna go ahead and knock that out right there. But we
Yeah.
be trying to hold on to it, and I get it because it is outrage, and I think people don't value anything that we say. You want to know why? Because we don't value ourselves right there.
That's it.
Because
Yep.
we don't.
That's it.
That's just what it is right there. We know at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, you got to do what you got to do. You have to protect yourself. But
Yeah.
all this senseless killing, that's what I'm talking about. Over shoes and breaking in folks' houses and killing folks because she cheating on him and he cheating on her and all
Mm-hmm.
that dumb stuff. Like, come on, y'all.
But
Let's
you know,
be for real.
like we was talking about, it's like we had this problem in the community where somebody do something bad, and depending on their position, it's example of it, like depending on their position and stuff, people literally, it could be the worst thing, and it's like they find some way to defend it. Like if everybody is right and everything, well, who gonna be wrong? Like, you know what I mean? It's like
Right.
it ain't no difference in right and wrong with us. Like we literally just because somebody Black don't mean we. I understand. Trust me. At the end of the day, I know we got to stick together with all that. But if somebody do something wrong, they do it wrong. I don't care if you related to them. I don't care if you
Right.
look up to them. I mean, people do stuff. Everybody not right. You know, you can have this whatever liking or relationship with people. People can do stuff wrong, and if you don't hold them accountable, that means you might as well not have no law on nothing. You know, everybody just right for everything. You know, you kill somebody, you're right.
Yep.
You know, do this like same thing we were saying about like not, you know, like the Bill Cosby and R. Kelly stuff. I understand. We understand. Bill Cosby Show. I mean, great actor. You got R. Kelly, good music. That don't mean they ain't do nothing wrong. I don't see what anything they did. Nothing they did. Granted, for a defense. I'm sorry. Nothing happened where they had
Right.
a defense, and they didn't even show remorse really themselves. So if they ain't even show
Right.
remorse, why you giving them too much benefit of the doubt? But I think that's just what this community do. I don't know. I don't know.
Especially to and that's what it is to Black men. And I think that Black women, we need to come together and start holding them accountable. Just like it's this whole trend now where it's Black men start holding Black women accountable. We finna start holding everybody accountable. So you did something stupid. It ain't no, oh, he was cool when we was in high school. This a 40-year-old man. Ain't nobody talking about no high school stuff. Like,
yeah, like I was saying, as a community, we don't hold people accountable, especially when they're in certain positions and stuff, and when we have a certain liking for them. And I feel like that's where we go wrong at. And if we continue to do that, it'll just get worse. It'll be situations where, God forbid, but this will be a result of, if we keep doing that, this won't be the last time a Black officer, somebody of our own, you know, same color will be able to do something and there be no outrage on it. I mean, what do y'all want us to go extinct? Which one us to kill each other? I don't understand. But
that's what they want.
they want us to they want us to just, it's like you low key giving them what they want. They want us to fight each other, get rid of each other. It's like a systematic thing anyway. So when will we catch on to that? I don't know. But yeah, that's all I really had on that.
Mm-hmm. And also too about giving the benefit of the doubt thing. From my understanding, Tyre had no type of arrest history, none of that. You know, usually they'll give you that whole arrest record. Oh, the person been in jail 5 times all this, nothing they can bring up about Tyre. So that's why I feel like, why aren't we more outraged about this? Like, this was an innocent guy, no arrest history. This one we should be saying, oh, he was a good guy.
Right.
But we're not saying anything.
No way.
That was my friend. He has a son or a daughter. Where is all of that?
Yeah.
It's none of that.
Yeah. Or it's not as much as it needs to be compared to, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the reasons too. I also heard too that the reason why he ran is because that they were in regular clothing. I don't know how true it is because I didn't watch the video. I just couldn't watch it. I'm tired of seeing stuff like that. But
it's tiring.
They're actually giving him, I don't know if they're a benefit of the doubt for running, because most of the time, like most of the Black guys usually run from the police and they'll have a warrant or something like that, something actually that they're running from. But he really had a reason to run because he did nothing.
Yeah.
And they literally pulled him out of the car and just started beating him. And no question, no nothing, just pulled him out the car.
And also, I always wonder, like, when police officers do that type of stuff, especially when we doing it to each other, but in general, what if somebody had like a drug problem or they got a mental health issue? Like, why are they not, even if they are, why is it not practiced? But why are they not trained to, approach people with caution enough or think like, okay, maybe they're not all the way there, or, it could have been anything, but why it needs to be training to where like maybe
Do y'all have any motivational closing ending for the people out there?
Yeah. I guess I go first because I did want to I kind of want to start by kind of, I guess, putting awareness to and shout out. It's a website. It's called Project 24/7.
I was finna say, did you write a strip show or something? Because you looking down like
you
finna read it.
I wanted to say the right thing. So it's literally the word project, the number 24 and the word 7.org. And it's a website where people, if you have going through something or going through any, having, mental episodes or you feel like you just have nobody to talk to, it's a website where it's a lot of resources and you can start a talking group on there. You have people to contact. So to just know there are options outside of, ending it. So I did want to shout out that website. So like I always say, self-care, and just know there's always somebody to talk to. And if you don't have anybody to talk to, you have 3 people on the 3 Ways to Say It podcast that I always hear you out. So that's really all I have to add this week.
That was fantastic. How did you find it? Like, what made you do that?
It was a video on TikTok. I think it was a woman. I don't want to. I think it's true, but yeah, I think she lost 2 children to suicide, and she is one that she promotes it. And she go to like these different places and she promotes it. I think she kind of give out like these little cards and stickers or whatever. I've been seeing it like over some weeks. Not to, well, I guess give it away. My clothing line that I'm doing Monday is mental health, and that will be one of the sites that'll be on the shirt. So I did want to just put, just promote it in any type of way because I do want people to know that there are resources out there. So yeah, I think I just wanted to put it out there for anybody watching it to get to somebody. So yeah, that's where I got that from.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. I like when people do things like that, when whatever tragedy that they had in their life, they turn it into a positive, and then they go out there and they, do something for their community. One thing that I will like to say in our motivational moment is that, want to send out prayers for the Ricky Smiley family as he lost his oldest son, Brandon Smiley. And, people took to social media saying various things when he went onto his live and things like that. But I actually watched another live of his where I was just in awe because what he talked about, it was very inspirational, because basically what he was saying is that even though he was hurting, he still was able to just look around the room in his house and just be thankful for his new granddaughter, which is like 2 months. And he was also just saying, he's looking on this couch, there's his daughter. And so he also just thanked God for the times that he did spend with his son and all the memories that he have. And he said that he wanted to celebrate his life in a way where he didn't want to make it seem like a going or anything like that. And so I thought that was nice. And he also said how he was going to go and serve the homeless. So when you're hurting and when you think that you can't go on, God will give you the strength to let you, just be with you. And that's something that people don't understand, is that when you're in that moment that's supposed to just completely break you, those are those moments where you really see God show up in a way for you that you can have a conversation, you can go on live, so that's why he was able to go on live even when it first happened, because when you're dealing with something and God is just helping you, you can go on live when it first happened and say something about it. I just want to put that out there because I too have lost a child through, not one that I've had memories with, but I've had a stillborn. And I know that during that time, God was with me. So I just wanted to say that because of all the comments he got, but, just keeping him and his family, in our prayers as he go through this difficult time.
Oh, yes.
I think my message.
And then
you said what?
Keontae sound like a little deacon in. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What if that's your calling?
What?
No, it's not. You told me
to be a deacon. No,
you told me
I'm
right?
to be a deacon.
You ain't talking about me. You ain't talking about me. Yeah,
See,
put me
you
out there.
sounded like one then. You like, you ain't talking about me.
Yeah, put me out there,
Okay.
church. No. Go ahead.
I think my message for today is, for some strange reason, I'm feeling this need to say, like, be more creative and pull out that child side of you. Also, it's some feeling that I'm getting with like siblings or something like that, where maybe, I don't know if someone was thinking about past memories. Maybe you should talk to someone about the past memories that you guys have, or old friend is coming in. It's something, I don't know, but also too, this need to take a break. I feel like no one can tell you how long you should take a break. So if you feel like you need a day or two, if you need a week, take a week. Take the time that you need for yourself. Like I stress that a lot. Like I know a lot of people ask why I'm a homebody, why I do this, because I love being at home. I love being in my space. Yes, I should get out more, be social, but at the same time, to me, that is where I find my peace, is being at home. So, like, I don't know, something just telling me to say that. So I think that's the message that I have. Take time out for yourself. Please do.
Okay, so you telling
in at home, Ashley, because a lot of time I'm at home too, and that's just a good place to be with everything that's going on in our world.
Yes.
I mean, and also too, when you're just at home in your own space and you don't need the outside world for fun. When you're content in yourself and God and where you are in life, you tend to look at other things that find comfort for you or happiness or fun. And it's not out getting drunk or doing silly stuff. It's just kind of like relaxing in your own space, watching a good movie, reading a good book.
Yes.
And new, things like that. Just like you said, self-care. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So basically, y'all saying I should take a break off work for 3 weeks. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you.
No, we need you.
Well,
I'm just playing.
Because y'all finna say, you ain't finna take no 3 weeks.
I'm just playing. I miss y'all too much. I couldn't do it. I'd be too. I miss y'all too much. Can't do it. Sorry.
Don't be worried about us. Me and Tasha gonna hold it down. You already know.
Y'all got it.
Off. Let me stop.
Y'all got it. I just literally It's like y'all in my routine now. It wouldn't even feel right unless I'm going on vacation. So I can't just be sitting at home and knowing I could be at work talking to y'all.
Right.
But yeah. So I guess that wraps it for episode 3. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, join the conversation, and we'll see y'all next time.
And follow me on Instagram. Sorry, my Instagram is Nubian Sunflower, NUBIAN_SUNFLWER. So no O in sunflower.
No, I guess I'll tag me too. _ KC _ official _
Well, I'm for playing, so you can just find me. I am Ivy Tot. There's IVYTOT 10.
Right, the one and only.
Period.
But all right, y'all. See y'all next time.
All right. See you later.